You are watching War Aventus. From fragile early designs to the most advanced machines of the conflict, these are the aircraft that shaped the skies of the Second World War. Fighters, bombers, and experimental machines pushed technology to its limits. This is a complete ranking of 30 aircraft that flew and fought during World War II. We begin at number 30. At number 30 is the Gotha Go 242. This assault glider was designed to carry troops, vehicles, and supplies directly into combat zones. With no engine and no defensive armament, it relied entirely on towing aircraft and surprise. Once enemy control of the air was established, its losses mounted rapidly. Number 29 is the DFS 230, a small military glider intended for precision airborne assaults. It achieved early success in surprise operations and special missions. However, its usefulness was highly situational and depended completely on favorable tactical conditions. At number 28 stands the Kayaba Kai-1. This autogyro was adapted from a civilian design and used mainly for reconnaissance and artillery spotting. Its extremely low speed and limited payload reduced its operational value. It remained more of an experiment than a true combat aircraft. Number 27 is the Sikorsky R-4, the first helicopter to be produced in meaningful numbers. It was primarily used for rescue, medical evacuation, and liaison duties. While revolutionary in concept, its short range, low speed, and mechanical fragility restricted its impact. At number 26 is the Fairey Battle. This light bomber entered service just before the war, but was outdated almost immediately. Slow, lightly armed, and poorly protected, it suffered catastrophic losses. Its failures highlighted the rapid pace of aviation development. Number 25 is the Brewster Buffalo. Initially promising on paper, this fighter struggled badly in operational service. Excess weight and limited engine power reduced its performance. Against more advanced opponents, it proved completely outclassed. At number 24 is the PZL P-11. Once modern, this fighter was obsolete by the time war broke out. It faced far superior aircraft in speed, firepower, and protection. Its combat record reflects bravery rather than technological parity. Number 23 is the Morane-Saulnier MS-406, a transitional fighter caught between generations. It lacked both speed and firepower compared to newer designs. Though produced in large numbers, it failed to dominate the skies. At number 22 is the Douglas TBD Devastator, a torpedo bomber designed in the mid-1930s. By the early years of the war, it was already obsolete. Its slow speed and lack of protection led to devastating losses during major naval engagements. Number 21 is the Fiat G50, one of the first monoplane fighters of its class. It handled well and was structurally sound, but its limited range and weak armament restricted its effectiveness. Development stagnated quickly. At number 20 is the Nakajima Ki-43, known for its exceptional maneuverability and light handling. Pilots valued its responsiveness in dogfights. However, minimal armor and light weapons made it increasingly vulnerable as enemy firepower improved. Number 19 is the Hawker Hurricane, a robust and dependable fighter that carried much of the early fighting burden. It was less advanced than later designs, but easy to maintain and adaptable. It later excelled in ground attack roles. At number 18 is the Curtiss P-40, a rugged fighter used in nearly every theater of the war. It lacked high-altitude performance, but was reliable and durable. In the hands of skilled pilots, it proved a capable combat aircraft. Number 17 is the Junkers Ju-87 Stuka, a dive bomber designed for precision strikes. Its distinctive siren became a psychological weapon during early campaigns. Without air superiority, however, it became dangerously exposed. At number 16 is the Ilyushin Il-2 Sturmovik, a heavily armored ground attack aircraft built to operate under intense fire. Its durability allowed it to absorb massive damage. It played a decisive role in close air support operations. Number 15 is the Yakovlev Yak-3, a compact and agile fighter optimized for low-altitude combat. Its excellent climb and maneuverability made it deadly in dogfights. It represented a peak in lightweight fighter design. At number 14 is the Mitsubishi Zero, a naval fighter that dominated the early stages of the Pacific War. Its long range and agility were unmatched at the time. As the war progressed, its lack of protection became a critical weakness. Number 13 is the Messerschmitt Bf 110. Designed as a long-range heavy fighter, it proved ineffective in daylight escort roles. Reconfigured as a night fighter, it achieved considerable success later in the war. At number 12 is the Junkers Ju-88, one of the most adaptable aircraft ever built. It performed as a bomber, reconnaissance platform, and night fighter. Its versatility ensured continuous frontline use. Number 11 is the Vought Corsair, a powerful fighter with a distinctive inverted wing design. Early landing difficulties delayed its carrier use. Once refined, it became one of the most feared fighters in the Pacific. At number 10 is the Grumman Hellcat, designed specifically to counter earlier enemy fighters. It was easy to fly, heavily armored, and highly reliable. Its combat record speaks for itself. Number 9 is the Hawker Typhoon. Initially troubled by design flaws, it evolved into a devastating strike aircraft. Armed with rockets and cannons, it destroyed armor and transport across occupied Europe. At number 8 is the Lavochkin LA-5FN, a rugged fighter powered by a reliable radial engine. Optimized for low-altitude combat, it matched and often surpassed its opponents. It marked a major improvement in its class. Number 7 is the Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. Massive, powerful, and extremely durable. It could absorb incredible punishment and still return home. As a fighter bomber, it was devastatingly effective. At number 6 is the Messerschmitt Bf 109, the backbone of its fighter force throughout the entire conflict. Continuously upgraded, it adapted to changing conditions. It saw combat from the first days to the last. Number 5 is the Supermarine Spitfire, an iconic aircraft recognized worldwide. Its balanced performance and constant development kept it competitive. It symbolized resilience and innovation. At number 4 is the Focke-Wulf FW-190, known to enemy pilots as the Butcher Bird. Heavily armed, fast, and rugged, it offered a powerful alternative to liquid-cooled fighter designs. At number 3 is the de Havilland Mosquito, a multi-role aircraft built largely from wood. Its exceptional speed allowed it to outrun opponents. It served successfully in bombing, reconnaissance, and strike roles. At number 2 is the North American P-51 Mustang, a long-range escort fighter that transformed strategic air warfare. It enabled bombers to strike deep into enemy territory. Its impact was decisive. And at number 1 is the Boeing B-29 Superfortress, the most advanced bomber of the war, featuring pressurized cabins, remote-controlled turrets, and enormous range. It redefined the future of strategic bombing. Which of these aircraft left the strongest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this ranking, leave a like and subscribe to War Aventus.